day, people! This is Sharpino here, welcome you guys to week 8 of the PMC League battles. This week we are taking on the Baltimore Oriolus, led by the coach CJ. Go ahead and check out his channel, link for his in the description down below. This week I've been doing a lot of flam-floozing last minute BS, and just to show you guys how much BS I've been going through, I actually quickly need to go ahead and just change one thing on my team here, just because I just had a last minute spur of the moment thought for my team here. So let's go ahead and do this here. Okay, so there's CJ right there. Let's go ahead, let's initiate the battle. Now the reason why I decided to actually go ahead and change this one up here, the last one, is because basically what my thoughts was, I actually made myself a physically defensive Dragalgi. Now, a little bit crazy, yes I know, but in saying that, it does answer to a lot of the threats in his team. You know, such things like the Salamence, because if he tries to go for an Earthquake, even though he knows we're probably more specially defensive, so he might pack the Earthquake for extra damage. We might have a better chance with it being fully physical defensive with the Draco Plate. So you won't see this in the team builder, but this is just a last minute addition I made to the team. And hopefully, like I said, it does pay off for us, but you know what? At this point, I'm not planning to win, I'm just planning to have some fun here, and honestly, if it does make the difference between winning the Legends battle, I'll be like on the floor laughing. Really, the biggest threat on this team here is that, in fact, that... Alright, so let's have a look here. Okay, whoa. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon called. Oh, damn it, he did bring a Tentacle. Fuck. Alright, so really, the only differences to his team is the addition of the Tentacruel, because I did predict he was going to bring, if he didn't bring the Cryogonal, he would in fact bring the Tentacruel, which is a little bit unfortunate for us, but in saying that though, it just means we have an extra enter. And instead of bringing the Salamence, he brought the Steelix, so I guess that's good. I mean, the Salamence, if it was Choice Scarfed or anything like that, it could definitely be a bit of an issue, but the fact that it's gone though, it can work to or fro. I mean, it just depends on, like I said, what set he's decided to bring for that Mega Steelix. There we go ahead and get that fixed up. So, looking at his team here, I got a feeling he's going to try stuff with the Steelix because he wants to get those rocks up against us. I just have this feeling he wants to try and really set up rocks against us. But he did bring the Reuniclus, so that is a big sigh of relief. It makes my Dragalgi play a lot easier. So, with the prediction of him actually going ahead to bring in that, the Steelix, I'm going to go ahead and bring in good old Suicune to predict him trying to set up rocks against us. So best of luck to the Baltimore Oriolus. Let's do this. Hopefully we've been making the right calls with our start-offs. I mean, the last few times, particularly he's going to start with the Rocker. Only because everyone knows that against Talonflame, you know, just, you know, rocks really hurt it. So we're going to get, Nicola's going to come out, which is the Electros, and I think we just got predicted. Fuck, okay, so that's pretty bad. Now, what he could possibly do is, he could do two things. One, he could try to go for the knockoff, which I guess would be the standard thing to do. I just got a feeling that's what he's going to try to do, is just go for the knockoff. Predicting us to swap into the Krookodile. So I'm actually going to, I mean, this is my special defensive wall, so I mean, it's not the worst thing. I mean, it is bad, but it's also not bad. So I'm going to predict him to go for the knockoff. I'm going to go ahead and fire up a Scald against this Nicola, because I do know that the Electros does in fact get access to knockoff, and more likely he might try to get a free knockoff on me, trying to expect him to bring in the Choice Scarf Crocodile. But we're going to go ahead, stay and go for the Scald here. Hopefully we can get the burn. Can we get the burn? Ooh, yeah boy, we get that burn. Let's go. He's got Giga Drain here, which isn't going to do too much because we are specially defensive. So now he's looked at that and realized, well shit, he's not a freaking special defensive. And we've gone ahead and seen that he does have the leftovers. So he has revealed the leftovers, but we're specially defensive, so we actually did that very well. So we're free to go ahead and go up for another Skull, because I had a feeling he was going to bring the Giga Drain. Possibly for the Crocodile and the Suicune if I brought both. So we made the right call in actually going ahead and actually going for the Scald here. So really the only thing that could really take a Scald in his team would be the Tentacruel. So if he wants to go ahead and actually swap out for, say, either the Tentacruel or something else, he risks the chance to get it burned. So maybe we might get a burn, You never know, but we can only see how far we go. So he's probably just realized that this Suicune is in fact specially defensive based on the amount of damage that Giga Drain did. So, you know, strategy, let's go. Really, I wanted to keep special defensive for a number of reasons. I mean, he's got the Tentacruel and the Sylveon, which I know Sylveon will wreck house on my team here. So he's going to go ahead and go for the swap here, and he's going to go ahead and bring out Candy, which I'm guessing is a Tentacruel. No, it's the Sylveon. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So we're going to go ahead and fire off the Scald against the Sylveon. And can we get the burn? Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. And we're landing burns left and right. So now the question comes down to what Pokemon, what does he want to do? Does he want to go ahead and set up on me? I've got a feeling he's going to try to go for either a Calm Mind or a Hyper Voice. One or the other. I don't know. Something about the Sylveon scares me a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a Roar. Maybe he might go for the Heal Bell. I probably should have predicted that. But I've got a feeling he's going to go for Baton Pass. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Why would he do that? What was he expecting us? Okay, this is a new interesting experience for me. So he's going for Baton Pass. Maybe he expects us to swap. Maybe, I don't know. But we're going for Roar. Unfortunately, we're going to reveal Roar though. But I'm just trying to think, what is he hoping to bring in on us? Like, we've managed to land 2 burns, which I mean has been pretty nice. If that Sylveon doesn't have Heal Bell, that actually works out fantastic for us. So now he's just deciding what Pokemon. Calamari, which is probably the Tentacruel. There we are. But we're going to go ahead and go for a Roar. If we can bring that Steelix, the Steelix will be fantastic. If we can go ahead and bring the Steelix. What is life? What is life? Okay. So this is actually going fantastic for us right now. So we're going to go ahead, fire for Scald now. Now more likely he's going to go ahead and swap. He's going to probably bring back in the Tentacruel. Man, that was actually pretty awesome. So we're going to go ahead and fire for Scald here. Let's see how much damage this does to the Tentacruel. It's going to do next to nothing. And there's going to be no burn. That's okay, I guess. Now I'm just going to think, what does he want to do on us? Does he actually want to go ahead and fire off? So this is the thing. This is the thing. He could try to either stop Toxic Spikes, but we have Dragalge, so that really wouldn't be pretty fruitful on his part. But we can actually go ahead now and swap into, what would be the best swapping? I guess we can go to Doublade, but if he's trying to chance Scald us, something tells me he's going to do something like that, so I'm just going to go ahead. I just want to see what he wants to do, so I'm going to go ahead and go for a Roar just to see what this Calamari wants to do. He's going to go for Acid Spray to try and reduce my special defense, so that was actually a pretty smart move on his part to do that. We go ahead and fire for Roar here, and that's probably going to be a bad move for us, knowing that that's what he wanted to do with us, and here comes the freaking Electro. So now it just comes down to, now that we do have reduced special defense, do I feel like that the Giga Drain is going to be more of an impact to us? So I'm going to go ahead and swap into the Dragalge, expecting him to either A, go for the Thunderbolt, or B, go for the Giga Drain to get back his health. If he goes for Giga Drain, that actually works out better for us, because even though Dragalge is not specially defensive in this matter, he's actually going to be double resisting that either way. So hopefully it doesn't reveal too much about how much, he might still think that the Dragalge is actually not a special defensive for the Electros. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Dragalge. Let's see what he wants to do with his Electros here. Is he going to go for a Volt Switch or is he going to go for Giga Drain? He's going to go straight for the Giga Drain here, and that's going to do next to nothing, as you can see there. So at this point, we haven't revealed that we are too intimidating in any way. So I mean, that worked out for us magnificently, to be honest. Now, the only thing is, if we want to predict him either bringing if we can predict him to bring the Tentacruel, or do we want to predict him bringing in the Sylveon? I'm just going to go ahead. We do have the Draco Plate, so I'm just trying to think here. If I go for Dragon Pulse, it just means Sylveon comes for free. If he brings in the Tentacruel, we're just not going to do a lot of damage. But I feel like Sylveon might be the best option, because if he has Psyshock on his Sylveon, which either A, he's going to try to bring on the clean swap, so he's going to go for a Volt Switch. That's going to do a little bit of damage. At this point, he still thinks we are especially defensive, which is good for us. Now it just comes down to, is he going to bring in A, the Tentacruel, because it's specially defensive, or B, expecting to go for the Dragon-type move and bring in that Heracross, that is the Steelix. So that worked out for him very well, since I did get the Sludge Wave. Alright, so now what we can do is we can go ahead and fire off the Scald here. Now he might think he can do some damage to us, but little does he know we are physically defensive. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still going to hurt quite a bit. I'm not doubting that. However, once he realizes that we're physically defensive, this could bring things into a new light for him. So we're going to go ahead and fire off the Scald. He's going to think, why did he stay in? What's he doing? He might expect me to go ahead and go for the Talonflame, expecting an Earthquake. But I think he's going to go ahead and just fire off the Stealth Rocks here. That's really... So he does in fact go for the Stealth Rocks there, so... I can't believe he actually outspeed. I guess it's just because of Steelix. We're going to go ahead and fire off the Scald here. If we can get the burn on this this Steelix here, that would do us a world of good. We don't. Okay, so I'm still going to go ahead and fire off the Scald here. Just because, like I said, we are physically defensive. He's going to go for the Earthquake here. And this shouldn't do too much damage. As you can see there, we are able to live it, which is fantastic. Great. I'm going to go ahead and fire off another Scald here. Can we get the kill on this, please? Can we please? No. Okay. So, the question is, do we predict him to go for another Earthquake, or do we actually go ahead and go for a swapping? Because I do want to preserve Dragalge for the Sylveon, but at this point, he's not really going to do much. He really isn't. So, I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the Talonflame. I really hope we're not making a bad decision here. Actually, you know what? I'm just trying to think here. Is it in our best interest to do that? To bring the... Because if he predicts us and goes for like a Rock Slide or something, then we lose Talonflame to nothing. It's not worth preserving Dragalge at this point. I don't think it is. I mean... I'm pretty sure Rock Slide will still kill me either way. I'm just... You know what? We're going to go ahead... Let's go ahead and swap into Suicune, because we do have the rest on the Suicune, so we can kind of take advantage of that. Take a little bit of extra damage if we really need to. So we go ahead, bring in the Suicune here. Take a little bit of damage from rocks. Hopefully the Earthquake will not do too much damage to us. So he's going to go ahead, and what's he going to go for? He's going to go for Rock Slide, expecting us to swap. He's going to go for Heavy Slam, so that actually works out phenomenally for us. Actually, that actually works out very well for us. Very well indeed. So, now, what I think we should do is we should actually go ahead. Is it in our best interest to go for a rest now, or try to kill the Steelix? That's the only question I have. At this point, he might actually just let go of the Steelix, because the Steelix has pretty much done everything it needs to do. So, I mean, it really comes down to what this... if he wants to preserve the Steelix, or does he actually want to... I mean, now that my Dragalge is pretty much dead. I mean, it gets outsped by, I'm guessing, everything on his team here. It does check the Electros, which is pretty nice. The only thing is, so yeah, he's going to go ahead and swap out here. He's probably going to bring back in the Tentacruel. There we go. So he's going to bring back in Calamari here. We're going to go ahead and fire off the Scald against this Tentacruel here. Can we get the burn, please, to get some residual damage? Please, 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 please. Yes, we do. Woo! Okay, so he's going to just even out the Black Sludge damage that he's taking from that. So now, what I want to actually do is now go ahead and fire off a rest. So we can go ahead and bring in Suicune back to full health here. Which, I mean, getting rid of that burn is actually pretty nice, to say the least. He's going to go for Acid Spray again, so he's just trying to reduce our special defense. Now that he's realized that we are in fact a fully bulky set. So we're going to go ahead and fire for a rest here just to be safe, because I don't want to exactly risk anything on the Suicune getting hit by, say, a Hyper Voice Sylveon, or like something like Electros just going for that. So we go ahead and wake up from that. Fantastic. Now he might actually try to go ahead and fire off a what is it? He might actually try to go ahead and fire off another Acid Spray to reduce my special defense. I'm going to go ahead and swap into Doublade, expecting another Acid Spray to come through. Now if this does go through, we could be in a better spot than we were. The only problem is, since he didn't bring the Volcarona, the Rock Slide that we had on our Doublade is pretty useless. That's the only thing that I can say about that. So we're going to go ahead and swap now. We're going to bring in Doublade, expecting another Acid Spray, because at this point there's not really any point for him to have the Tentacle. I mean, the Tentacle could go for a Skull. I guess, you know, he's going to go for another spray and we dodge it nimbly. Fantastic. Alright, so now what we can do is one of two things. He could try to chance burn us with a Skull. That's one thing he could do. We're going to go ahead and fire off a Swords Dance, because at this point, really, we are in no jeopardy of doing this. The only thing is we risk getting the burn, but we do have Aromatherapy on the Aromatisse, so if we do in fact need to go ahead and get rid of that burn, we can, as an option. I don't think he's, I don't know if his Sylveon does have a Heal Bell, unless he's playing it really safely with that Sylveon, and he's doing himself a really good job by doing that. The only thing is as well, he could be actually predicting to go into the Electros. See, we've got a number of ways we can go about this. It just comes down to if he's going to bring in Scrafty now. If he brings in Scrafty now, it could be a little problematic, but it just depends in the end of it. Like, it just depends, because I mean, Scrafty can really check Doublade pretty well now that we don't have Sacred Sword. That's the only issue now, is that because he can bring Volcarona, we get checked by Scrafty really hard. That's the only problem. Like, I doubt, like, everything we have is resistance. So he's going to go ahead and swap. Is he going to go ahead and bring in the Scrafty? That's the question. Tenzin, which is probably the Scrafty. Yeah, oh no, it's actually the this thing here. All right, this is actually a little bit interesting. So he might actually try to fire off a knockoff here. So I feel like I'm free to go ahead and go for a Gyro Ball, a +2 Gyro Ball. He's going to go for Dark Pulse. That is especially attacking. Oh no. Oh, we live. Don't get the flinch. Please don't get the flinch. Please. We live it. We're going to go for that Gyro Ball +2. Do we get the kill on that? Yes, we do. Let's go. Oh my God! Thank God. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. That Tornado's going. It's just a huge weight off my mind. Oh my God. And now we bring in this Scrafty bitch over here. So, I'm just curious as to what this Scrafty actually wants to do here. Pretty much I think we're going to lose Doublade on rocks anyways. So the only thing I have is we're going to just go ahead and fire for Gyro Ball here. Probably not going to do as much damage. Scrafty's pretty much going to probably outspeed us, more than likely. But we have to try to check this Scrafty because the Scrafty more than likely is the subset with Bulk Up. Bulk Up, Rest, Shed Skin, knock off, and maybe Drain Punch. So on the off chance he wants to go ahead and fire off, he's actually going to double swap. So was he predicting something else? He's going to bring in the Tentacruel. This Gyro Ball is going to do next to nothing. Maybe he was trying to expect a swap or something, but that does a lot of damage. Good God. Let's go. Fucking Gyro Balling fucking Doublade. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead now. The question is he going to predict us to go for Shadow Snake? That's the only thing I'm going to have with this here. We go for the Shadow Snake, and that should get rid of the Tentacruel, because we are +2. It gets rid of the Tentacruel. Alright, so, oh my goodness, man. Oh my God. Dark Pulse, man, I mean, that was a good prediction on his part, but maybe he might have miscalced it. But man, we lived it, and we were able to take out both the Tornadus and the Tentacruel with this Doublade. Let's go. So we are doing phenomenally here with this Doublade here. That +2 definitely came in clutch. Now he's bringing in Steelix here. Now, does he think, I mean, I'm pretty sure it'll live it. I'm pretty sure. But we're going to go ahead and fire for Shadow Sneak here. I would laugh so hard if this actually kills the Steelix. We are coming back from a 10 health Doublade right here. Like, holy shit, what the fuck. So, +2, we're going to go ahead, go for a Shadow Sneak, and does it get the kill? I doubted it. Nah, it's not going to happen. So we're going to go ahead now, he's going to go ahead, fire off that, and that's going to be the end of the Doublade. So, holy shit, what a match this is indeed. Alright, so now, just trying to think here. So, we now have our speeds, the Dragalge. At this point, we're going to go ahead and bring in Talonflame here. Excuse me. Now the question is, does he have the rock type move? That's the only thing I'm going to ask. Because what I might actually do is, I don't know if going for a Roost is a good idea. I mean, it probably isn't. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire for Flare Blitz here and just get the kill on this Steelix here. Man, us getting rid of Tornadus has taken a huge weight off my shoulders, because that Tornadus was the biggest threat on his team, and now it's gone. Like, holy shit, it's gone. Oh my God. Alright, so now, I'm just trying to think what else. So he's got the Electros, the Scrafty, and the Sylveon. Nicola is the Sylveon? No, it's this thing here. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go ahead and fire for Roost. Now, if he tries to go for electric type move, that's fine. This shouldn't do too much damage to us because now we're not a flying type. So we go ahead, go for the Roost here, and he's going to go ahead, go for the Thunderbolt. Now this shouldn't do too much damage, but let's just see how much damage it does. Yep, next to nothing. We can actually go ahead and burn. I mean, this is pretty bad of us to do this, but we can actually go ahead and burn stall this these Electros here. So it's pretty much brought us exactly to where we were before. We're on 72 damage. So we're just going to keep firing off roosts here, and once we feel we're comfortable enough to kill this Electros, we should be good. So we're just going to keep firing. He's going to go for Acid Spray. So now he's just going for Plan B, which is just trying to weaken us for the Sylveon, which I mean is a smart move. I mean, I don't think a Flare Blitz is enough to get the kill. I mean, it can be, but you know. So now I think, actually, let me go ahead and quickly calc this. I want to actually quickly go ahead and calc this. So let's go with Talonflame, Offensive Swords Dance. Let's see, Electros. Let's go. Maximum defense. How much does it do to Electros? How much would Flare Blitz do? That's going to do 24.5. Sorry, 41%. And right now he's not at 41%. So I think what we should do is we should just keep going ahead. He's already burned. Is there any point in us going ahead? He's just probably just trying to weaken us for. Just trying to think here. We could try and chance another turn for burn. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into Dragalge because if he keeps firing off Acid Sprays, that's fine. Even though we do bring ourselves back down, we're in no loss here by swapping into Dragalge here. So we're going to go ahead and swap to Dragalge here. I don't want to swap in Scarf Crocodile just yet, just until we know we've got the last bit of it done. So he's going to go ahead, fire for Thunderbolt, try to get some extra damage on us. And because we're not special defensive, that is in fact going to get the kill on us. Unfortunate, but that's pretty much how we had to go about this. So we go ahead, he's going to fire off the leftovers here. Now, we just have to make sure that this Electros is in a position where it's going to get the kill. So we're going to go ahead now and bring in the Aromatisse because we've already lost the Doublade and the Dragalge here, but we need to try to preserve the Talonflame as nicely as possible. Now, even though this is a check for Scrafty, I'm pretty sure that it is actually, in fact, we can actually go ahead and go for a Protect, just to be a little bit. We can go for Protect here, just to see what this Nicola wants to do here. So he's going to go ahead and fire Protect here, and he's probably going to go for the Volt Switch, actually. So maybe he was trying to just preserve the Electros for something, I'm guessing. Maybe for the, if I can get my words together, the Scrafty. So I'm going to go ahead now. Seeing as though he's going to go for Volt Switch here, I'm going to go ahead and swap into Scarf Crook. Now the thing is, if we lock ourselves into Stone Edge, the Scrafty comes in, and then he just pretty much gets a free turn set up on us, which I really don't want to happen. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire off a Moonblast on this here. So he's going to go ahead and go for the Volt Switch here. Now, more likely he's going to swap into the Sylveon because the Sylveon can pretty much just take anything at this point. So, like I said, he's just going to preserve the Electros, which is fine with me. I really don't have a problem with that. But I think he's preserving the Electros just so I don't sweep him with the Crocodile Earthquake. So, I mean, it's pretty smart on his part to do that, just because it keeps the Scarf sweep on the minimum. So he's going to go ahead and bring in Sylveon here. Let's see how much damage a Moonblast is going to do to this Sylveon here. This determines what kind of damage we're going to do here. So that does a bit of damage right there. So it's actually pretty nice. Getting some damage like that is pretty nice. And we're going to go ahead and get some extra burn damage on that there. So we're doing pretty good so far. Now I think we should go ahead, fire another Moonblast, go ahead and get the kill on this Sylveon. He's going to go straight for a plain old Hyper Voice, which should get the kill, which it does. Not surprised there. Take some extra burn damage, which is good. But like I said, at this point, he's just trying to keep that. He's trying to keep the Electros alive so that he doesn't do too much damage to us. So in comes the Talonflame. We're going to take a buttload of damage right there. Now we're going to go ahead and fire off a Brave Bird on this here. This should get the kill on the Sylveon. Now the question is why. I just wonder what he's trying to plan with the Scrafty though, because I mean, yes, he does get rid of the Scrafty, but we do have superpower on the Krookodiles, so hopefully that does the work for us. I'm just trying to think, because I know that Brave Bird does like 20%. Now I don't know if that's enough to get the kill on the Electros. So we go ahead, fire off a Brave Bird here on the Sylveon here. Brave Bird, go! Boom! Down goes the Sylveon. Now, this could come down to one of two things. If he wants to bring in the Scrafty now and try and sack it off, he can do that, that's fine. I'm just trying to think if the Scrafty has a rock type move now, because that really has my interest now. Is if in fact the Scrafty has the any kind of rock type move, or we're just going to sack it off with the Brave Bird. But I'm pretty sure Brave Bird, unless it's physically defensive, I'm pretty sure a Scrafty should not live a Brave Bird from a talent flame. I'd be very surprised if it does, which I mean it's possible. But I don't know, just checking this recording. Fantastic, great, grand, and wonderful. Okay, so yeah, that tells you there. I don't know if that swap really mattered. I mean, it did to an extent. We did some damage to that Steelix here. Nicola's going to come back with his Electros. So I don't know if he's actually trying to preserve this here. So let's see. If we go for Flare Blitz, we should go ahead and get the kill on this Nicola over here. So we're going to go ahead and fire for Flare Blitz here. I'll laugh so hard if he didn't go for Thunderbolt or something. But Flare Blitz should be enough to get the kill at this range, which it is. Fantastic. And we should be able to live with Talon Flame. Yes, we do. 10 HP! 10 HP! The magic number, 10 HP. Alright, so at this point we're looking pretty good here. He's going to go ahead and bring in the Scrafty here. Now, I'm pretty sure, like I said, that this Brave Bird should get the kill on the Scrafty here, but man, that Doublade just, oh my gosh, the Doublade. Oh my goodness. Ugh. So, we're going to go ahead and fire for Brave Bird here. Hopefully we'll get the kill on the Scrafty. I mean, if it's fully defensive, I don't think it will, but you never know. So Brave Bird comes through, and it's just going to flat out kill the Scrafty. Let's go. So good game to CJ and the Baltimore Oriolus. The Baltimore Oriolus. Talonflame's going to die to recall, and we're going to win this game by a 2-0. So, great game to CJ. We won 2-0 in this battle, so it's another victory for us. Great game. Unfortunate that he didn't get the flinch on the Dark Pulse, because I think that really mattered there. So next week we are actually taking on the Great Lake Greninjas for our rematch. Hopefully we can actually do the work against the Great Lake Greninjas, and hopefully we can actually win and get revenge on the team that really just destroyed us. I mean, it was a close match. It was 1-0. What am I talking about? Let's see if we can just make another cliffhanger match and actually come out with the W. So this is the coach of the Sydney Krookodiles and Sharp squad saying thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Later.